laughing your ass off at my team.
There's also...
Shut up. He's a luck. Is he your team? He's a luck.
Yeah.
He's a luck. What?
You don't even have the box. Did you not learn your lesson last year? You also got Fife saying that he's going to become a full-time midfielder. Nice hair, by the way. And
I think it's there.
3 games. Now, we said that last year. You know why? He's a year younger. He's a year older. He broke down last year.
After how many games this year?
They're always huge.
They're always huge. Have you seen him though?
Say it like that. You got to read at F2. My read is at F5. There's a stark difference in our forward line. A huge difference in our forward line. My forward line will smash your forward line spacing.
So you're...
Welcome back to SuperCoach Masters. I'm Geordie. Alongside me is Jamie.
And I'm filling in for the very sick Matty Jeeves.
Is he sick? Or is he just really shit?
Tell me, champ.
Now, guys, no Matty today. Obviously, Matty doesn't come in when he scores shit. And boy, when did he score shit? He scored in the 1.7s, 1,000.
No, he didn't.
1,776.
Whoa.
Which puts him at a ranking below me. And of course, Matty doesn't want to face the music, so he said bronchitis, making up words and shit. So, Jamie, welcome back.
Thank you. But is that what he said to you? Because I literally spoke to him about half an hour ago and told him I had bronchitis when I was sick.
Did you?
Yeah.
Are you sick now?
No, I'm not sick.
Well, welcome back to the potty. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. I know you're watching because they love episodes when you're around, and they too. The views go up. Oh. So it's Mum and Hi watching on repeat. Hi, how you doing, Mum? And parents weren't happy, were they, about you talking about the big chicks?
Well, all I'm going to say about that is it's a very nice suburb, very lovely lovely restaurants, and it's an upstanding community. It's real nice.
Yeah, I think Mum and Dad didn't like the fact that we said big chicks on the podcast. Guys, you can't say that these days. So
I know, but it is a very lovely place to live, I must say.
Where's this going?
But in all fairness, there's some big.
You're gonna give Mum a heart attack.
There is some big women here.
I know you didn't see any. I know you didn't see any today because it's like 7 p.m. and it's raining outside.
That's what you think. But you know that park you got across the road? They're there with their 5 or 6 kids running around per woman. They got the big brisk donuts there. Hey, I'm not finished. They got the donuts. Krispy Kremes.
There's not a Krispy Kremes within miles of here.
And they're scoffing the donuts in the park with the big 750 litre Coke, guzzling that down.
What are you dreaming about?
That is, but the community wants to know what I saw, and it's a lovely place. It is a lovely suburb. It is. But there's some big women here, and that's what is happening at the park.
Probably saw like one fat lady walking in Brammy. Doesn't explode.
I never said fat. I said bigger. Big women with their 5 kids eating the donuts.
Maybe they've got a couple extra kids on the way. Now, what's with the attire? This is not a Premier League podcast. This is a SuperCoach. But where's the tie? Where's the SuperCoach?
Geordie, I think you should pick your battles. I've been up since 4:30 working. I'm not happy. The drive here, there's like so many roads closed. It took me
because of the fat chicks.
Hey, by the way, just before we move on from that, don't think it is all good fun. Like some of the community, one guy said keep Jamie away from the big chicks. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't get upset about that. Some other guy in the live, I don't think he even saw me, said, that's not Matty. That guy's eating Matty. And I didn't get upset.
Who said that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
It was not a live video.
No, when the video's playing and those live comments come up first. I was on for like 2 seconds. And someone said that. And let me tell you something. It's fine because it's funny. It's humorous. I'm not going to get upset at that.
We haven't done a live...
No, it wasn't live, but you know how you preset the video to play and people watching it as it's playing can comment in the live section. Anyway, the guy that said that,
what's his name?
I can't remember, but I'm not going to get upset about that. But I remember, he didn't, obviously hasn't showered for a while by his picture, and he didn't have teeth. Much teeth, I don't think. But it's okay, we're not going to get upset at you laughing at me. It's funny, it's humorous.
Well, whoever you are, shame on you for bagging Jamie. He is the backbone. When Matty's not here, we finally get some. Now,
pretty funny.
Let's get into some football. How'd you go this week?
Not as bad as Matty, I can tell you that.
Well, you know what, Jamie, I knew Matty was feeling pretty bad about his score. So you probably saw us on the podcast, made a post saying, look, Matty scored pretty shit.
Yes.
And if you know anyone who scored worse, let us know.
Yes.
And it's everyone just, put all these low scores they saw on the week, in their league. So I'm going to read out a couple to make Matty feel better. All right, Matty? Now, that one's higher than yours. That one's higher than yours too. All right, Matty. Josh Turnbull says, he saw a score that's 1,245. And there's a post on the SuperCoach Masters page, over 5,000 people. Get on there, look at that post, Matty. Plenty of scores below yours. There's no reason to fear shit.
That team must have quit after round 1.
They must have. I actually saw a team with just a combat in the team, so I don't know what. Anyway.
Oh my God. It's pretty fun. How'd you go this week?
Oh, Jamie, I had Williams injured. I had Stewart injured.
So did I.
And I still pummeled Matty in the cash league.
Did you really?
Pummeled him.
I knew that.
Like embarrassed him, pantsed him. Over 200 points beating.
Did you send him what I was telling you to send him?
You know, I was trying to contain excitement because, you know, when he doesn't have Matt Roberts.
Wow.
I mean, he traded Matt Roberts out. And then he doesn't have Harley Reid. And you know how much he's been bagging Harley Reid every...
He does. He bags him a lot.
Matty, what do you think about 147?
And he's just getting the ball, tucking it under the arm, running out of those packs, kicking goals. It's great.
If a couple of 80s, we'll see him at 480k in 2 weeks, Matty. So just in case you need some F6s. But enough about Matty. Let's talk about some coffee shouts, Jamie.
What
Because
about today, Geordie?
I'm going to have the leaderboard right here. And you can see the Oz Knight has claimed a SuperCoach Masters beanie white. Good on you, Keegs. Getting a beanie. Good stuff.
Just a shout out to Andy and Lee as well from my work, who have bought 2 grey beanies, which I'll pay you for after this.
Yeah, sure you will. Andy and
Lee.
Thanks for buying the beanies, supporting us. It's getting cold. You need to get some beanies. Put them on.
It's cold at 4:30.
Now, Jamie, I see 3 coffee shouts from you.
Well, I sent this before I knew I was coming on tonight.
Okay.
So I was kind of hoping Matty was here and you guys would argue about this. That's okay. Please read it out.
All right, Jamie said, congrats boys for the 2K subs, 2K, so that's amazing. Much deserved for most entertaining fun channel on YouTube. PS, now that you've hit 2K, will Matty be eating that spring water tuna? Sorry, Matty, Geordie made me ask. Keep up the good work.
He did. You messaged me and you said mention the tuna. Now, I mean, what you have to do here, because, I mean, I think most of the community wants to see Matty eat that tuna. Like, it's been a running thing.
I think that you, Michael and Doc want to see Matty eat the tuna, and that's it.
No, Matty, he actually told me in a message, and I'll show you next time I see you.
Please do.
I will. And to mention Matty eating the tuna. What you need to do is put a poll up, and if you get more than 50%, Matty eating tuna, he needs to come on here next week and eat that tuna for everyone to see.
I don't understand why it's such a big deal.
Get in the comments and agree with me, guys. Do you want to see Matty eat the tuna?
I'm happy to, especially people in the Kickstart Hall of Fame. Even if you're not, let me know. The CJs, the Wahabs, the Bruceys, the Bruces, you know, Mr. X, everyone.
Makale.
I know what they're going to say. I don't understand. It's just tuna, though. I know he treats it like it's like a donkey dick or something. He doesn't want to eat it.
It's disgusting. Like, he'll probably throw up, so you have a bucket here, but he should be doing it. That was the promise. 2K subs, eat the tuna, Matty. Geordie messaged me. He told me to tell you that.
All right, Matty, ask for the proof
I'll
for that,
send it
okay?
to you, Matty, don't worry.
All right. Why would you drag me into that?
Because you told me to.
Okay.
Well, don't lie to him.
Now, CJ Samut. CJ, how you doing? He goes, 5 coffees. He's... shit week for CJ, but it's all good. He'll bounce back this week with a big one. We'll be using his last boost this week to fix up some of the carnage. I hope you're okay, Matty. I saw you had an even shittier week than me. Keep the laughs going, lads. CJ, thanks heaps, mate.
CJ the rising star up the board? Was he the
CJ, look, if you look at the board right now, Jamie, you can see Wahab has come in and he's overtaken CJ even with his 5. So the king is back.
Wow.
Now let's get the king up while we're talking about him. This is enough Wahab for 10 coffees. Now, he's a gambling man.
Is he?
He's an angry man.
Why?
And,
what happened?
he wished you could clone 18 versions of myself and coach every AFL team so we don't have to put up with the brainless donkeys like Bevo, Clarkson, Sam Mitchell, especially, and sometimes others. So pissed off, he says. Now, Jamie, let's get up his multi on the screen because he lost by.
I gotta see this.
He lost by 1 leg. He didn't show me the mastery behind the work, but that was the muscle mod leg to get 15 touches.
Oh, he's got a void leg in there. Trust me.
Yeah,
the grey one.
15 touches. Muscle will get subbed off for no apparent reason. Hurts a bunch of super coaches. Hurts Wahab's multis, and now he went to Instagram. Now we don't condone any kinds of aggressive behaviour.
Don't we?
Or condone's the bad one. So we do condone aggressive behaviour.
I actually don't know where this is going. So what do we condone?
So he messaged Sam Mitchell or someone that on Instagram, and he's been around to do this. I think he made who's that guy from Gold Coast last year that was in everyone's backline? Constable. He messaged Constable on Instagram, abused him, and made him retire. This is what he sent to Sam Mitchell. I'm just going to put it on the screen. I'm not going to read it. You guys can read it in your own time. But as you can tell, he's quite upset with Sam Mitchell. And so he should be. Now, Wahab, if I could give you any advice, you'd probably not bet on Hawks games, North games, and who's the other donkey? Bevo. Not doggy games.
Gamble responsibly.
Gamble responsibly indeed. Mum and Dad, we do not gamble.
Not 1 cent.
Not one. And so that's a king. And he's he's taking up first spot on the ladder just ahead of CJ. It's going to be a tough battle.
Good battle.
And that's a bit of news for those guys and anyone that may challenge them in the future. I have bought a Brownlow medal replica to give to whoever finishes first in that race.
Wow.
It's actually a really nice crisp medal. So I'll actually have it maybe on the next podcast to show it. Whoever finishes first at the end of the year, Wahab or CJ will be getting that medal around their neck.
Cannot wait to see that.
And every year from then on is going to be a Brownlow medal awarded to first on the ladder. Now, Andy.
My man Andy.
Great show, guys. A Foxdale can't be too far away. Surely not.
Now, he's actually legit when he says that.
I'm legit when I say that.
No, because he's actually such a nice guy. Like, he supports his first year SuperCoach. His team's doing better than mine, and I've been helping him. I don't know how that works. And he's
because he's listening to the podcast.
And he absolutely loves what you guys bring, you know. So, and he supports. He's not the first time he's supported, as you can see from the leaderboard.
Absolutely. Do you think that Foxdale will ever give us a chance for a show, or are we too crude?
Am I allowed to answer this truthfully? Because I know you're going to edit it out if I start going after people, but there's a reason why you and Maddie will probably never get there.
Oh, that's a bit
am I allowed to say why?
As long as you don't make me edit anything out. Because I do enough editing.
I probably will, so maybe I shouldn't say it.
Okay.
But, you know, there's just some people there, some brown noses in this SuperCoach that do SuperCoach. That, you know, brown nose are right people. You and Maddie are not like that.
Oh, okay, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say anymore, but it's an absolute disgrace that you and Maddie.
So we don't kiss enough of the ass of the people that we need to kiss of the asses.
No, and that's the way we're all brought up. You know what I mean? So good luck to those people that do that. I wish I could say more, but I don't want him to get upset.
I just don't want to do any more editing than I have to.
So
now, Jockey Boy!
The man.
Jockey Boy, a coffee shout out to the show. Love for Geordie, Maddie, and Jamie. A variation of content from the shows, making life enjoyable. Playing SuperCoach. However, I brought in Heaney this week and he scored under a century, so you can blame me for being a curse to him. Now we sit back, drink a pint of milk, and battle our best 22 until round 12.
Now I'm going to explain. This is a bit of context here. Doc bought in English last week and broke him. He bought in Heaney this week and he got under 100. So Doc breaks players.
I got Heaney this week too.
Well,
so the guys out there, I got Heaney in this week. I mean, I'm not upset. I like any other game that score. Well, his possession and goal line will get him 130. He looked great. He looked great in that game.
I know. And just to clarify, this pint of milk comment. So Doc came over Friday watching some football.
He messaged me.
I know he did, and McCarley messaged, and he walked in with some custard tarts, which he's never brought over before.
I had custard tarts.
He always brings ice cream, and I smash them. Anyway, he brought in some custard tarts, and then I got the milk out as we usually do.
They're the Coles custard tarts or the Woolies custard tarts?
Nah, he gets them from IGA or something, I think. But anyway, two nice big custard tarts.
Okay.
So I've got out like this big glass, probably about this big, like not that big, maybe about like there or somewhere.
Oh, I'll live with you.
Pour
I
the
know how
milk,
much milk you
pour the
drink.
milk all the way in there. Smash both the custard tarts out, and Doc's just sitting there like, what the is wrong with it? What the hell? And so I'm like, I don't know what you. He goes, I can't drink milk like that. How can you drink raw milk like that?
Raw milk. Yeah, apparently some people can't.
I don't understand.
But Mum, Dad, we brought us up on a lot of damn milk. I don't know, maybe it's why I'm lactose intolerant now, who knows. Oh, there are the coffee shouts. That's the leaderboard, guys. Heaps of thanks to all the superstars that are supporting the podcast, because sometimes when I'm editing, I'm ready to throw a brick through the computer. And super thanks to Jamie and Maddie for joining us on the podcast.
Anytime. Not really. That traffic, but anytime.
Now, guys, we are going to get into some killer SuperCoach content real soon.
What do we got? Because I didn't read anything you sent me today.
Good. Now, I am going to get our teams up on the screen, which we do. I'll get Maddie's team up on the screen because we need to analyse where it all went wrong. Maddie was doing really good, beating me in the leagues, and all of a sudden he just crapped his pants like someone with lactose intolerance drinking a whole cup of milk.
I just want to have a look at Maddie's team. I've got that here. Yes.
All right. Now look at this, Matt. Look at this, Jamie.
Where did he go wrong?
Oh, wow. All right. So Hayden Young. Now, a bit of news on Hayden Young. Scored a 79, played half a game. He was seen doing light training at Freo, so at least he's training in some form, which is good. Jack Steele, vice captain, 84. Really shit the bed there. It's probably going to be one of his last scores of the year.
Yep. I can't wait for the bounce back this week.
Connor Rosie. Now, this is, when we've done, you watched every preseason.
Yes.
Butters, and then
Rosie.
Matty just spent 30 extra K and he wanted to get a Rosie instead of Butters.
Fair enough.
Cost him on the weekend with a 65.
Poor.
He brought in Took Miller this week, not Matty Rao, but
Poor.
yeah, that's not good. 88. Sarong captain.
Well, champion data cheats for him, so that's, right, yep.
Cheats for him.
He cheats for him.
Oh,
He
you don't
gets
have
so many
Sarong?
points. No.
Oh, okay. Riley Bonner didn't pull one out of his ass.
He's still got 81. What do you get? What's that?
81. I mean, which is just below his average.
Pretty
So.
good still.
And then, the rest of the team kind of speaks for itself. So not a great week for Matty. 1776, and a ranking of 14,332.
Matty, if I got that, I'd say I had bronchitis as well.
I would, Matty. I bet we all have bronchitis after seeing that team. Now look at my team. Now I scored 1,995.
That's pretty okay.
I had Stewart. I had to copy score because he was, 62. Williams is 33. Not good. I had Butters vice captain and decided to keep it with the week that it went.
Yep.
Brought in Heaney this week. I'm not entirely displeased with that because he went up in money and you have to get him. He's just the number one forward now. So I had to bite the bullet, guys. For those of you thick and thin, I'm glad he didn't get a ton for you. But yeah, Heaney, Hawthorn, GWS Freo coming up, I think. So, yep. And then obviously I got Matty Robertson, Harley Reid, unlike Matty. So
that's why you destroyed him this week.
That's why I destroyed him this week. But however, Jamie, this is a big problem. And I think I've mentioned it to you. Now, I'm missing Tom Stewart this week due to concussion protocol.
So am I.
On the bench, I have
Draper.
And Reid.
So do I.
So I'm going to have to play Draper. And last time I played Draper on the field, he got a 21. And this is the only reason why I got shit ranking, because it's essentially a 0. I got a 0 on a full week. It wasn't a bye week, it was a full week. Now it's another full week, and I'm going to have to play Draper again to cover Tom Stewart.
Are you going to have to, though?
Unless I sideways Tom Stewart to a premium, or I sideways Zach Reid to another kind of thing, which I think is about 2 weeks away to coming in. So it's a real tough one.
Yeah, yes.
Now, so I'll tell you what I'm thinking. You tell me what you're going to do with Tom Stewart.
Okay.
Go.
Well, I think it comes down to if you're playing for rank or you're playing for league. If you're playing for rank. You trade him out.
Tom
you have
Stewart?
to trade him out. You have to, because you've got a, what is he now? 500 and...
He's pretty cheap. He's 5'3".
Is he only 5'3", is he?
So
I think if you're playing for rank, you still got to trade him out, because especially if you've got Draper sitting on the bench or some other rookie.
got 58 on the weekend.
That's fine, but you've got to trade him out if you're playing for league position. You have to. That's my opinion. And you sideways him to someone else and you pick him up when he's come down through his cycle.
I think he's going to come down.
If you're playing for league, maybe not so, is my position on it.
There's 2 years in a row he's ruined.
I'm not picking him again.
Ever. He can just... Wahab, if you want to send some... No, I'm not going to advocate.
Abuse
No, I don't abuse players, Wahab. All right, Jamie.
Well, okay, hang on. What are you going to do with Tom Stewart?
I think I might keep him and just play that.
So if you're playing for league, you're going to keep him?
Yeah, because
if you're playing for rank, you're going to keep him.
I think one trade can net more points over the long distance when, it's towards the end of the year and I might need it.
I disagree with that.
I mean, because Tom Stewart as well, he's not exactly at a great price. He's, that's Matty's shit team. He's already at 5.38. And he's not, if he gets 130, he meets his break even. So he's not going to exactly go down a heap.
He's confirmed concussion out, because he didn't even bang his head. He literally ran into someone's back.
I'll bang his head. He'll be out unless I hear otherwise during the week. But it's Monday night. We're just hearing it now that there's no other news than he's going to miss. So,
okay, fair enough.
You're playing for cash. You're playing for league.
I am playing for league now because my start wasn't great, and I'm playing Matty this week.
What rank are you? Do you know off the top of your head? Are you doing better than Matty?
No, probably not.
No way.
Probably not. But that's not the point. I'm playing Matty this week. That's the other point. So all those players that you saw on Matty's team before are not going to get 60s and 80s this week. I guarantee you that. And I guarantee you Reid and Roberts are not getting 150.
We actually had Matty's trade, so we can stick around for that. But let's see now, last week and every other week beforehand, we've done the most traded in players and the most traded out players. Now we're doing the most traded out of the top 1%. So hopefully that can filter out a bit of shit so we don't have to see some really silly names out there. So get it up, Jamie.
I'm getting it up.
Perfect. Now.
Oh, gee, this is like 6-year-old human, but that's okay.
Zach Williams, the number 1 most traded out player, Achilles knock.
No,
He couldn't game. He couldn't play this
I heard
week.
he might be fit. I heard it wasn't an Achilles. I heard it was a corky.
Oh yeah, Achilles
Through my
knock.
sources?
A knock to the Achilles.
Corky. That's my sources.
Yeah.
My sources from Carlton. I have some. Corky may play this week, so we'll wait and see closer to the. Because what's his break even? He's still got have you got his break even there?
No.
Okay, well I don't think it's too bad. I think there's other problems in the team.
There are other problems in the team.
Yeah, especially if he
Tom
plays.
Stewart.
You don't understand with Williams. If he plays, all those players Carlton have out in the back line, like those idiots, Sard and McGovern. You'd think he'd be running the ball out and getting a lot.
Well, there was only on about 30 at half time.
I know, it didn't look good. But
It didn't look good.
But Carlton were getting destroyed.
Achilles knock.
Carlton were getting destroyed up to him.
It is Zach Williams. It's our fault for picking him, but it's the best 22 week. So if there's no safety if he gets injured this time, Jamie.
I understand.
Now, Riley Sanders, big news. Sanders got forward DPP. Now, that could be pretty handy if you have a forward line like Matty without Harley Reid or, you need to cover some things.
Poor Matty.
Harley Reid has got... Riley Sanders got DPP.
Yes.
He's the second most traded out player in the league.
Yes.
Obviously, a very high break even being subbed. Do you reckon
He's got to go.
he's got to go?
I don't care if he's got DPP. He's got to go. You've seen... You can't trust Bevo. You can't trust him. And I think who said it last week? Maybe Matty said it last week. That Bevo is old school and he proved the point and made him sub because he cracked the shits about getting subbed the week before.
Yeah.
How can you keep that?
Well,
Take him out. Cash his money is my...
Yeah. I think
that.
you have to. If you have a forward line that can stand up, I think it's decent enough. Go for it. Trade him out. Now Massimo D'Ambrosio, he got subbed as well, and he wasn't even injured. Is he in danger of being dropped?
I don't think so because Hawthorn won by so much. But how shit on North, by the way. I feel sorry for them.
It's their fault. They beat what was it, Gold Coast or something to not get Harley Reid.
Yeah.
And to get McKercher.
Give him another priority pick or 3.
No.
But anyway, no. I don't think he'll get dropped. They won by too much. I don't think he'll be subbed. I don't know why he got subbed. That part's concerning. But there's so much
Tactics.
But there's so much other bad stuff in my team, especially. I don't know about everyone else's. I'd give him another week unless he's named sub or he's omitted.
Now I think if you don't have Zach Williams and other problems like Sanders in your team, I think you can get rid of Massimo because if he is danger of being a sub again, tactically speaking. It's a best 22 week, and you want to make sure the best players are getting the big bangs. So don't mind if you go early on Massimo. If you had to one of Zach Williams or Massimo, I'd probably get rid of. I'd probably get rid of
Zach Williams because he's an injury. He's under an injury cloud.
Yeah, I'd probably get rid of Zach Williams, and I don't think Voss is going to take any risks with him.
But over the next 2 weeks, I think they're both going to be find their way out of your SuperCoach team and everyone's.
Now, Jeremy Sharp, 213K he's made. Wow. He's been great. I think he's a pretty easy trade to get some extra cash if you don't have any problems. Ollie Dempsey, you got Dempsey still? Or
I do. No,
I traded him out last week.
Did you really?
Yeah. So he's made 158K. He's good for the culling.
Yep.
He's definitely one on the block. No problems with that one. Now, Tom Stewart. I think he's so high because this is the top 1% of all SuperCoaches making their trades.
So it's back to my point before. If you're playing for league, if you're playing for, I keep saying that. If you're playing for rank, you should consider trading him out. Because then you've got to play a rookie that's probably going to get you no more than 50, 60 at tops?
At tops, at the best.
Someone else, and other people are going to have a premium back there that'll probably get them 80 to 120.
That's the thing. Then every week you're going to be behind the premium. So, for example, right, if I trade out Tom Stewart, and I get myself, say, Houston, whatever, happy days. I've got the exact same amount of premiums that I had last week. But if I leave Tom Stewart and I upgrade Massimo and a Williams or a Massimo and a Darcy, then I got an extra premium every single week after that. You know what I mean? And then from where I am, in 2 parallel decisions I make, one I'm going to have an extra premium and one I'm not. And so I think that extra week of having the extra premium over the rest of the year might net some more points.
So you're telling these people in the 1% that we see here that are trading him out, not to trade him out, and cop 50 from a Draper. That's what you're telling them?
I think that would be better overall for your points.
I don't.
Okay, but you know what I mean? Like if I
get you, but I don't think that. Yeah.
All right, well, agree, disagree. Now, Rowan Marshall, he had a really shit score on the weekend, but I don't know why people are trading him out.
No, I mean, it's like, no. Why would you trade him? Unless they're going to Gorn Who else would you be going to?
I mean, Gorn after his bye. That's got to be the only.
It's got to be Gorn. I mean, if you're trading that to Gorn, maybe fair enough, but no one else deserves to come in the rucks. Really, you want English? Is that an upgrade?
Not for Marshall. No. I mean,
not at the moment anyway.
I think it's more of a reactive trade. 7.8% of the top 1% are getting him out. He's going to be a pot up there
Who
now.
are they playing this week? Port.
They got Port. It's a pretty nice matchup against Sweden. Marriage. Why are you smiling like that?
Because I don't think Swede's going to play ever again this year.
You don't think so?
No. Did you watch that game?
Oh,
He was pretty bad, and he should have been subbed a lot earlier.
He got a 60.
And you know what? They probably would have. By the way, how shit a Port letting Collingwood do that. Anyway, but
they're with premiers, the best game of the round.
Swedes shouldn't play again after what I saw. So it'll be one-on-one with. I reckon it'll be one-on-one with Soldo.
And
it's a good matchup.
I think Rowan shouldn't be.
He'll burn him. He'll burn him around the field.
Now Cadman's made his money, 152k. Easy get rid of. He missed out on the forward ruck DPP. So did Darcy, by the way. Sean Darcy missed out on the forward ruck DPP.
I don't understand how, because he's taken heaps of English as ruck time. Every time I watch him, he's in the ruck.
His last game, Bevo put him as the deepest forward for most of the game.
But they also played Lob that last game, who didn't really ruck either. But, I mean, I don't know. I think he should have.
Well, Darcy's not keeping it, so we're getting it. And Carroll, who's been subbed 2 weeks in a row, he looked like such a good pick at the start of the year. Oh, you look angry.
I am angry. Michael Voss, you absolutely killed his money and potential.
He did. He was such a good rookie.
I don't understand why either. With all them injuries they've got, what's his name? Chera? Is that his name, or is he back?
Chera's still away.
Yeah. Why is Carroll sub? It's not like he played bad or anything. I don't get it. And I'll tell you something about Carlton as well, Geordie.
Yes.
Carlton should go close to winning the flag this year, in my opinion. The only thing that'll stop him is Michael Voss. Because I still think he's a horrible coach. We will see. Continue. Jack Carroll has got to go. Yes.
Now here's a reactive trade. Connor Rosie.
Is that Matty?
It probably should be. 5.8% of the top 1% are trading out Connor Rosie, James. Do you hate it? Love it.
I don't love it because I believe that you should back your primos in 99% of...
Unless they're injured.
Unless they're injured, like Tom Stewart. But Rosie, I wouldn't... No, I'd be backing him. Just like if Butters was in that position that Rosie is, I wouldn't trade him. Would you trade him?
No, of course not. No. Now here's another one. This has a bit more of a talking point. Luke Jackson. A lot of people are offloading him to get the Heaney's, the Flanders, and all the other superstars that they haven't got in their team. Do you have Luke Jackson?
No.
If you had him, would you trade him out? He's already lost 16k on his total price. 31k this week.
I've got heaps of problems in my team, so probably not. But in saying that, if my team was okay, yes, I'd trade him out.
Really?
Well, did you watch that Freo game?
Of course I did. I love Freo games.
What was the ruck split between him and Darcy?
It's about half.
Half? Yeah. That's worrying. That's worrying.
It's worrying, but tell me who else is going to be a top 6 forward at the end of the year?
Well, the way I look at it is I'm doing my forward line last, so I'll figure that out. That's me. But okay, I understand what you're saying, but what are you going to do? You're going to keep copying 80s and 90s till he's at the point where he's worth nothing?
He's pretty much worth... He's only 530.
No, 530. Oh, he dropped 530. I thought he was more than that.
No, 530. I wouldn't be trading him. I think...
I'd trade him.
You trade everyone. You're Stewart gone.
I'd trade him.
Luke Jackson gone. No, look, I think there's not going to be too many top 6 forwards. I mean, some are showing this week, McRae, maybe Zorko, but if you've already got one of them that's in there, I'll just leave it. He's playing the Bulldogs this week. I mean... Okay, I get what you're saying. Didn't you and Matty laugh at Zorko last week? We'll get to that, but keep going. Matty didn't laugh at Zorko. Matty wanted to trade Zorko in. I laughed at Zorko.
We'll come to that. I haven't forgot. I've got receipts. Go on.
Well, yeah, you got receipts. Did you have Zorko in your team?
No.
Oh, you can't do anything then with your receipts.
I can do heaps of things.
Okay, all right. Now, Charlie Coleman got a 50 on the weekend, played the entire second half forward.
Yeah.
And people, you got the DPP, but people didn't like what they saw from his one touch half.
No, I mean, he got moved forward because they were getting destroyed, and he didn't sniff it. All he did was he had one possession and gave away about 3 free kicks because it was hurting people.
I like it.
That was it. So that's people that picked him up. I'd be worried about that if that's a permanent thing.
He's only gone up once, 59k. He's got his DPP. Would you be trading him out?
No, not yet. I still think it's only because they're getting hammered. I think he'll start at fullback next week. Who do they play this week?
Well, they forgot...
they play Adelaide.
They got
they got Tex down there. They got.
Well, the thing is, Lucky didn't kick any goals. He looked like he needed some help down there, so put him down there, maybe.
But it's lucky Biggie played so bad, and we'll get to him as well.
Biggie.
But anyway, keep going.
Biggie. All right, now Colby McKercher has lost another 30k. Ooh, that's got a sting. Do you have Colby?
No.
Now, wow. What was his break even before this week?
It was 100. It was in the hundreds. And I'm going to
Please explain.
Because Williams and Stewart got hurt, I reversed my last boost and kept McKercher with the hope he might get an 80 to stop the bleeding. I had no choice because I thought I'd have to trade out.
But he was on -4 for a while.
By the way, he had like 20 touches and finished on a 30. That's not fair. That's cheating.
He did butcher it.
I know, but did you see that mess I sent you when he did that run?
Yeah,
look at him run!
He did like 3 bounces and kicked it and hit the target. And that's probably the only thing he could that all game.
It was. All his touches were going to the other team.
Frost
I was looking at it, I go, at halftime I stopped watching. I switched it. I turned the PS5 and I started playing that.
That's what probably Matty did for most of the games this week.
Yes.
Now, Colby McKercher lost 30k.
He's got to go.
He's only made 49k though. He's got DPP.
No, he's got to go. He's got to break everything 100 again this week. He's got to go. He's got to go.
Oh, what the fuck? See, I thought maybe putting the top 1% of supercoaches would make some logical trades that we could read out. Jack Steele's at 14. He's the 14th most traded out player in the world. In Australia.
But how can you I understand that's stupid. We look at that as being stupid, but then again, but you got to look at this they're in the top 1%. We're not. So what are they? What are they saying that we're not?
I know. I tell you what I'm saying. That he got an 80, and some people you got to understand. Everyone in the 1% are not good. Some of them got there by chance. And I reckon the people trading out Jack Steele, because in the top 1%, Jack Steele is owned by 79% of the competition.
Oh,
so that's incredibly high.
So I mean, they play Port this week. Do you think he's at risk for a tag from Drew?
Maybe, but the way he tackles, he doesn't need.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't trade him out either. I mean, but you're right. Some people that have finished, high up there in previous seasons are, having birthdays and overrated. But yeah,
yep.
There's probably a lot of some of these people.
Yeah, if you're trading out Jack Steele. Unless he gets, and if he gets another 80, you're not even that.
I hope he gets another 80 because Matty's got him, and he's going to hurt me this week, so I'm worried.
I hope
trade him out, Matty.
Trade him out, Matty. If you're part of the top 1%.
Trade him out.
Now, 15, Tommy Powell. Now, more controversially, he is playing like shit because he's in the shittest team in the comp, and 3.5% of the 1% are trading him out. Again, I don't like this one. He's around about a top 10 forward. He got the second most centre bounce attendances besides LDU from any midfielder at North.
I saw, yes.
Scored like shit. What are your thoughts on Powell?
As someone that doesn't have him and never got him, I'm wrapped that he's scoring low because it marries up with my Fisher, who's also I've still got and is scoring low.
We scored pretty bad too, Fisher.
But the thing is with Tom Powell is who are you going to trade him to in that forward line?
Well, some people don't have Flanders, some people don't have Heaney, some people want to get Zorko, McRae.
Besides the obvious ones, I don't think McRae's obvious, but we'll get to him, or even Zorko, but we'll get to him as well. But I don't think outside of Flanders and Heaney, he should be trading him. Where are you going with that? Who's going to score more consistent? What, Shea Bolton?
No. I'm just saying no. I'm saying no, he's obviously must have a higher break even, and some people want to offload him. Yeah. I think it's pretty stupid. Hayden Young.
Well, he might be injured.
He might be injured, so that's why people I think have gone early. Skip that. Luke Ryan. This can't be real. Is this real life? Luke Ryan.
You should get the right list here.
I know I got the right. These are the trade outs.
I can't believe it.
You got an 80 and then 3 point. Anyway, I'm not going to go over the ones that are stupid.
Don't trade Luke Ryan.
Tom Green.
Now, that's a bit more interesting. I'm actually serious about that because...
I'm not.
Have you seen... Look at his scoring lately.
It's been bad. He's had St Kilda tagged him.
2 or 3 weeks of it.
Who did he play last week?
He's had 2 or 3 weeks of horrible scoring.
Carlton's known for being defensive midfield with Hewitts and all that. St Kilda was pretty tight, and I think he's going to have a really good game against Brisbane.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I think he's a definite key.
They could put Dunkley to him, a bigger body midfielder who has done defensive roles. That's worrying. He worries me a little bit, I'm not going to lie to you. Because I'll tell you what, this is why I didn't start with him in the first place. He can't kick the ball.
But you have him.
I have him now because I got sucked in. But he's got shocking disposal. That doesn't help him when he's got work into him.
Well, they just lost 46k. So
he's not going anywhere for me, but it is worrying.
It's concerning, but you can't be trading him out. Even if you're in the top 1%. Now, this one I can kind of get behind. Wangan and Malira had a first kind of low game with a 60-ish, 69 or something like that. Being traded out, he's still over $500,000. I mean, you paid up 470 or 460 for him or something like that. So I wouldn't be trading him out, but would you be backing the Wanganines?
That's also worrying because you've taken a punt and it hasn't hasn't worked, in my
I think
opinion.
it's not too bad. It's got 90s, 100, 90, 100, now 69, and you're pretty concerned.
Yeah, I think when you picked him up, what, you were expecting 100, 110s, the way he was going? Because you picked him up at the back of that 100, what do you get, 143?
Whatever. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but
but I think, I don't understand. You'd think people would have bigger problems than Wang and Malaria in their team. But
obviously, this is the top 1%. They don't have many problems. So
okay, fair enough.
Now, the last one's pretty funny because it's Max Gawn. I'm not even going to get into why. I think I know why. Because Sherry is literally 200k cheaper, and people want to go Grundy Sherry, downgrade Gawn to get 200k and spend that money. I'm not even going to entertain
This can't be the real list. This is not the real list.
This is what the top 1% are doing. And this is why we're talking about, because some people look at this and think, oh, this is what we should be doing.
If you go by this list, don't.
It's the top 1%.
By the way, why is it so hot in here when last time it was freezing and now it's absolutely cooking?
Well, because you complained that it was freezing.
Why don't you put the aircon on or something? It's hot.
It's a literally 10-degree night.
You've got this light blaring and it's just cooking. Just because you've got the nice tank top, you're nice and cool. Shorts, I'm bloody cooking.
I literally offered you one to wear before the podcast. It's your decision not to wear it.
You know the beard's going, far out, you got a lot of whites in there. When did that happen?
When did I become old?
By the way, guys, comment, who looks older, me or Jordan? Nah, it's just really thick, far out.
Now, the most traded in on the 1%. Now, Hugo Garcia, I think that's a pretty non-brainer. I'm a non-brainer.
He's probably the best of a bad bunch of rookies that are there.
Sam Walsh, number 2.
Justifiable.
2
big scores, injury worry though, be cautious. He gets injured, you'll be warned. That's honestly.
I think he's pretty underpriced at the moment. His role is centre bounces. Last year it was disgusting, half the half forward flank.
Just take note as well that Chera's not in the team at the moment. So it may alter his role a little bit, and also he's probably one bad turn away from needing back surgery.
I hope so. But
don't wish say that.
Fucking
come on, you don't know wish hurting on players.
Oh, I do, and especially if I don't have them. Especially if Matty has them. But yeah, Sam Walsh, he looks like it's better. I don't think Chera's going to push. Carlton's been winning. They're looking great. Cripps and Walsh in the midfield have to be. So
we'll see.
Very popular
You're
trading.
Cautious there, though. You got to be cautious there.
The Brody Grundy, now people are coming on in because the top 1%, only 50% of them have Grundy, and now they really want to get involved in the Grundy train.
Well, he's got Hawthorn this week.
Meek are now, if Sherry can get 140, I think Grundy's due for another big game.
I think Grundy had a really big game because it was 200. What was his 200?
200 game.
200 game. So I don't know. It's one game. For me, I wouldn't be bringing him in.
I wouldn't be bringing Grundy in.
I'd be waiting.
It's a nice price though. But if he destroys Meek, then he's going to jump a fair bit. Now Jordan Dawson, James. Now, what do you think?
I think if you're looking to bring him in, you should wait another week. I want to see his role when Crouch is back in the team. That's my honest opinion. Did very well. Finally broke out. Used it well. Best player on the ground by a mile.
Now, if you wait another week, there's a couple of things. He's going to have a low break-even, number 1, and number 2, he's playing North Melbourne this week.
Does he? Okay, well, I mean, do you want to get him in this week, or do you want to wait and see what he does when Crouch is back, if he gets pushed forward again?
I want to get him in this week. Okay. And even if he's not the 170 Dawson, which I'm not expecting at all, his previous numbers, it was 26 touches, 27, 28. He was
That's right, he was butchering it, yeah.
But Dawson at 533, he's an uber premium. I wouldn't want to spend 650 or 640 on a row when Dawson, with a bit of luck, can start emulating those scores with a nice start against North Melbourne. And Adelaide's got a pretty nice draw in the next 8 weeks.
So when you watched Dawson last week and you saw him spending time forward, did that worry you?
No.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. Because he gets pushed in all these plays. As long as he's on the field, he's still got the most centre bounce attendances for any Adelaide midfielder.
I disagree. Okay, I don't disagree with that because obviously you've done research and I haven't. But just from the eye test, he was pushed forward. And that's worrying for a primo midfielder. Hence...
One gets pushed forward sometimes when they need a bit of a rest.
You can't compare Bontempelli and Dawson. Bontempelli's an absolute champion.
Okay, well, Dawson was not far off it at the start of the year.
Come on.
He was okay. How far away was he? He was like the third or fourth most expensive midfielder.
That's fine, but has Dawson ever proved that he can score well while playing that role? Unlike Bontempelli, who scores well a year. No, but he wasn't pushed forward last year. Stop making up stuff.
Dawson 5-3-3. Well, he gets pushed anyway. He gets pushed in the back line.
Backline's different. He's proven scoring the back line. If he's in the forward line, spending more time forward, I don't like that role.
Okay, well, I'm going to love it against North Melbourne next week because he's going to kick a bag.
I might get him as well, but we'll see.
Now, I need your help on this one because
Yes.
he's the 5th most popular player, the 2nd most popular rookie on the top 1% of all super coaches, bringing in Kane McAuliffe.
McAuliffe is his name, I think.
McAuliffe. That's boring. So McAuliffe, what do you know about him? Because I look at his stats and I'm not impressed. I saw he was subbed once, and then the second game he got about 12 touches and like 1 tackle.
In his first game, he was the sub and came on and got hurt and got taken off, basically.
Okay.
So you got to scratch that. So
that's scratch.
His number was 11 or something. That's going to be out of his system. The week before last, before he had his bye, he got a bit of midfield in centre bounce time, right? So I think the fact that because he's so cheap, we've got Richmond's got injuries, Prestia, Hopper, Taranto, the whole.
Do you know, because obviously you're a Richmond supporter, do you know what time frame we're looking at for Taranto and Hopper and all that?
Well, I think Hopper is the closest in the next week or two, maybe even this week. But Taranto, as far as I know, is like 8 weeks, and Prestia could be that as well. So there's some big injuries there at Richmond, so there's opportunity for these younger players to get some more midfield time.
He did. He got 13 centre bounces against the West Coast
Yeah, that's
Eagles.
right. So, I mean, if you're going to pick... I mean, look, let's be honest here. If Lafou...
It's Lafau.
Lafou.
It's Lafau.
Whatever, it's the same thing.
Lafau Micheletti.
If that guy can... Lafau... if that guy can score... What did he score?
108 or something?
If he can score 108, then anything's possible.
He's not a bad player. He looked like a hard-out rugby player.
He's a rugby player. That's the thing.
Okay.
But he's a project player. He wouldn't have got a game anywhere this year or next year if we didn't have our whole forward, if Richmond didn't have their whole forward line out. So the fact, and really,
what has it to do with McAuliffe?
Because what I'm saying is, if he can score 108, being a guy that's only played the game for the last 2 years or whatever he has,
he looks like he's got more raw talent than Kane and McAuliffe.
Different players, champ.
They are, but I want to know what Kane's going to score, not what Lafau's going to score.
So you want me to predict what he's going to score?
I want to predict if he's going to be a good pick.
I think for his price...
at that price?
Considering the other rookies that are available this week, if you need to do a downgrade or 2 downgrades, then he might be your man.
I hate him. Okay. Why does he have 12 touches against the West Coast Eagles?
Well, he's obviously his second game. Richmond got absolutely annihilated, just like
West
Fremantle
Coast,
did.
who do you got Melbourne this week?
Look, I wouldn't start him. I wouldn't start him. But if you want a slow burn on your bench, it might get some.
If you want a slow burn, who wants a slow burn?
A slow burn,
like a slow burn, like a Jai Clark.
Not that slow, hopefully. But
like I'm calling McKercher.
I don't know why you're attacking him.
I'm just asking. I just want to know because he's a 5th most player, and I need a downgrade option. I already got Hugo, so I'm looking at him.
Get McAuliffe then. Who's your man?
It's McAuliffe.
Go to the next bloody player.
Dan Houston. Now, Jamie, I'm going to tell you why Houston's going to blast off because he's got St Kilda this week who links the most points to defenders.
Whoa.
And he just got 140 on the weekend.
Is he blasting off at the speed of light?
Sure. He is. 9.6% of the top 1% want Houston against St Kilda. Some making him vice captain.
Okay, I wouldn't make him vice captain, but if you need a defender, for example, if you need a cover from Stewart, then Houston could be a great pick because
he's going to be a great pick.
He's played well this year. He's scored well.
Yes, he's been pretty good.
So his role, I've watched a bit of Houston, and his role worries me a little bit. That
not enough kickouts?
No, that as well. No, I've seen him do kickouts, but the fact that he comes up to the ball at times, around the stoppage as that defensive midfielder.
Yeah, I kind of like that role. A little bit.
No,
that's like Nick Martin does.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because they're like the one that's a kick behind play, and then when they bail it up, he comes running towards.
I think I said this last time. It's like the Doherty role. Remember last year where it was like half a kick behind play. So that sweeper.
Oh, yeah,
as part of that midfield, but the sweeper.
He's sweeping 140s in your team.
Well, he should come in then.
Thank you. Well, he's looking good now. Nick Dacos, if you don't have him, is this a good time to get him against the
Essendon tag? I don't think they do they?
I think Durham was following Dawson last week with not much effect.
Well, then get Dacos.
I remember seeing Durham tackle him to the ground after he took a mark, and he's just puts his hand up, and Dawson literally just walked around him and just snapped they kicked that goal from 60 metres.
Well, look, if you don't, I mean, I think it is. I think if you've gone without Dacos, it's probably a good thing. You know, if you've managed to not get him.
Not anymore, because he's getting 130s.
Now's the time. Yeah, well, now's the time to probably get him.
If you didn't have Dacos,
Yeah,
and you didn't have Houston, are you getting in Dacos?
I am. I think he's a much better player.
Now
a much better potential scorer.
I agree. Dacos over Houston, but Houston just as easily a good pick. Now, Jamie, number 8,
late.
Biggie Nguyen. Now, there are not many players in the AFL that can make Gunston look like Tony Lockett. But if there is one, it was Biggie on the
Well,
weekend.
it's not only that he made him look like Tony Lockett. The North Melbourne made the Hawthorn team look like the Harlem Globetrotters. Now, you know nothing about basketball, but you know
I know the Harlem Globetrotters are.
I'm going to tell you what happened with this guy here. He got hurt in that first quarter. Yeah, and after that, he did not look like he wanted to be there. He was just letting Gunston run off him. He wasn't chasing.
I'm hoping that's...
He wasn't going up. I'm telling you,
he looked lazy. He looked real lazy.
I don't know if it was... It probably was lazy, but he was... I thought he was restricted a little bit with his name.
I'm hoping so. Like I was like, oh yeah, you're a bit sore.
Yeah. You hope so, but...
I'm hoping so, because he looked really bad.
I have a feeling he'll probably get dropped this week. And you probably won't see him for a while after what I saw if he wasn't
I'm thinking Pink's going to come in for him.
Well, Pink's not that good.
I know Pink's not that good. No, I don't. I got him for Draper. Now, Caden Callan Dawson from North Melbourne, who they really like, is still out for another week, I think. So it's either Biggie or Pink this week.
If Biggie does get named this week, just be cautious that it might only be a 1 week.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you get Biggie this week, don't be surprised if he is completely out next week, or if he's dropped this week. It is. Now, Zach Butters.
Love you, Butters.
Why?
Because I got him. He kills it every week. Butter.
15 touches and a goal in the first quarter, and not much after it. I was pretty disappointed, but 127.
That's fine.
You take that.
I take that every day of the week. Unlike Merritt, who gets 15 touches and gets a 40, because Champion Data hate him.
Champion Data love him.
Hate him.
Love him.
How? 40.
I'm not going to listen to why you think every one of your players that you own deserves to do good in
15 touches in
SuperCoach.
the first quarter, and he's on a 40 with Dawson had 5 and on 33.
Dawson's better. Now, Zach Butters, if you want to get him, just get him, because he's a top 4 midfielder in the midfield.
Butters.
650k though. Now, Jack McRae, 480k. I like him. A bit worried though.
But you not sold.
Some people want to take all the shit players off their forward line. They want to take their Sam Darcy's and Biggie Newens and Bucko Karmas.
But we're talking about a guy here who was deemed not good enough to play in round 1 and 2.
Yes.
It's fair to say?
That is very fair.
So then how can you trust Bevo to play him in that role we saw? And how much is he now?
He's 480. 480.
That's a fair bit of money to cough up for Jack McRae at this stage of his career, considering what we've seen so far.
Well, the thing is, okay,
well,
so
it's one good game.
Last week wasn't too bad. He got 91 or something, didn't he?
One good game.
If he keeps playing like that and remains on the field, he's going to be a pretty good option at 480k. He's lost 78k already, and in the forward line where there's not many other good players, he could become a good pick. There's obviously a bit of risk involved.
There's a lot of risk.
It doesn't sound like you're on board with it.
Not this week. I'm not. Definitely, I want to see.
A break in of around 60 or 67 from memory.
I want to see another week or even 2. Maybe I'm not in no rush to get Jack McRae. I mean, look what Bevo's done to Saunders. You know. Saunders. Saunders.
Now, fair enough. Now, Caleb Sarong, 613. Is it the time to get him? He's playing the doggies, who don't really tag at all. I see a sneaky vice captain option, even 6.6% of the top 1% are grabbing him, Jamie. What do you think of Sarongi?
I think it's always time to get Sarong. And you should be getting him if you don't have him like me.
Okay.
He's just...
How does he compare to some of the other options out there, the Rows, the Walshes? Where do you have him with the Butters? The Rows, Walshes, Butters. Ooh. How would you kind of prioritise these guys?
Well, you have to say that he's got to be near the top, if not the top, because he's just performed every single week. You know what I mean? I don't think he has had a bad game. The one bad game he had, though, he still got 100, didn't he? He did nothing. So, to me, he's just about at the top. I mean, would you prioritise Butters or Merritt or Rao above him?
I would prioritise Butters above him, because I really like Butters. I mean, it's a bit risky in St Kilda if they're going to tag him.
Their good run of games at Port will come to an end.
They will, but I think it's just... Butters is just such a good player.
He's a good player. He's a great player.
No, I think I got Butters ahead of him, and I might even. Now, this is controversial to say the least, but have Matty Rowell above him because he gets 20 touches and gets 130.
Now, I'll own this because I own up to my mistakes, unlike others. I was not convinced, and I said that last time I was here of Matt Rowell.
Yeah, you said that. We made a deal.
No, we didn't make a deal, but I owned it. But who saw this coming? But I'm also still worried with Rowell because you look at someone like Tom Green, who I say they're very similar players, right? And you look at what Tom Green's when he's copying some attention. What happens to Rowell if he starts copying some attention as well?
I think Rowell.
And do you want to pay? How much is he now?
640.
Do you want to pay 640 for Rowell?
I'd rather not, but he's looking really good, Jamie. He's got West Coast this week.
He's looking. Well, we can't.
And
I think you can't say he's got West Coast this week. Look at West Coast have done the last 2 weeks. They're not easy. They're not an easy beat at the moment.
I'm just saying no one's probably going to tag him.
Oh, for the love of God, I hope someone does.
There's going to be. This is the West Coast. This is spoiler alert. West Coast Eagles midfield. It has been all season. Tim Kelly, Elliot Yeo in a non-tagging row, and Harley Reid.
So he's going to go head to head with Yeo.
And he's I think Matty Rowell just looks hungrier than like a Tom Green type. He looks like he was once, like he's just raging.
He is. He does, and I'll hold my hand up and say, at this stage, I'm wrong. But I'm still not 100%
so close
convinced.
to making that bet.
I'm still not 100% convinced.
Yes. So I like Rowell. I have him. He's up there. He's got to be one of the top premiums you've got to be selecting. I have him above Merritt. I think Merritt's probably at the bottom of them ones.
For 640. Merritt's a bit of a worry because when he gets tagged, he just goes to the forward line.
That is a concern because I'll just send someone to him and get him out of the midfield.
I know. I don't understand. And then he said at the end of the game, I had trust in my teammates. That's why I went there.
Yeah, good on you, Merritt.
Get in the midfield and be a captain and break the tag. You're a captain, mate. Break the tag.
Now, speaking of midfield premiums that are not highly
owned.
Well, it's highly owned, but 69% of the top 1% have Bont and Pally. Another 6% are grabbing him in. Now, if you add Bont and Pally to that mix, that's a hard one because you need to get Bont. Now, Bont's got to be the number one out of everyone we mentioned.
True. Bont's probably the best player in the comp. So, and, most potential Supercoach wise, easy trading.
The only one that's unaffected to the Bevo factor. Bevo can't fuck with the Bont.
Even when you play him at full 40, he's still got 110.
Yeah, so you can't really mess with the Bont.
The Bont's the Bont.
This is
Matty,
funny.
You don't get him in this week.
Now, Matty's, here's someone else. If you don't want to get number 12, Matty, get number 13. It's Harley Reid. People are really missing out on the big Harley Reid train. They know he's going to make another 100K in the next 2 weeks. 5% are bringing him in because they can't stand not having him in.
No.
I know it's a no.
No, unless you're an absolute noob and a rookie to the game, you don't bring in a rookie.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you now, and it's probably going to be this week because I'm playing Matty, there's a 60 or 70 or around the corner.
I'll be happy if he gets a 70.
Okay, but there is that score. He ain't scoring I said it with Rowell, and I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to say it again. He's not going to score 100 moving forward.
Okay, well, he's averaging 90. Now, I'd be happy if he just pumped out 80s for the rest of the year, to be perfectly honest with you.
But would you trade him in to pump out 80s for the rest of the year?
I wouldn't. But that's what I think he's going to score. But if he does, if you trade him in and he scores another 130 or something like that,
yes,
you're a genius.
No, you're not.
Well, if he scores 130, he's going to make another 150K.
No. Is this the 1%, the top 1% of players?
Yeah, this is our competition.
Really? Okay, well... No.
So maybe you should be playing for the rank.
No.
This is the people we're going up against.
Okay, but if I'm playing for rank, why am I going to trade in Harley Reid at 390?
No, you're not, because a lot of people have him. Everyone smart that has him. Now, Nick Martin at number 14, got the DPP. It's a bit expensive for me as a trading option. I already have him, but I wouldn't be trading Nick Martin. Yeah, well, I started with him, then I traded him in. So Nick Martin, do you have him?
Never had him. Never owned him.
Have you ever considered him?
I am considering him, not this week, but I'm looking at him, yes. Okay. Because and I did say this to you, that if he cleans up his kicking, he'd be a pretty good option in defence once he got that, drill position. You
know what I love about Nick Martin, Jamie? He goes off the ground for one 3-minute stint in the second quarter, and that's it. He plays 94% game time. It's so much fun when you're a Supercoach player and you're watching your primo, and he's always on the ground.
All it's going to take, though, is 170 or 60 to turn everyone's minds back around on him. So basically, the next time he has a game where he shanks the ball a lot, like he did in round 1 and 2, then Will you still try? Do you want a player like that can do that? That's the reason why
every player's gonna get a set.
Nah, but as I said to you, one of the reasons why I never started with him or got him because he's kicking. He can shank it at times when he's not doing the easy 20 metre pass with no pressure.
In his role, he's going to be in the back line where all the players are not really that pushed up on the ground and where you can hit easier kicks if he was a midfielder.
Do you want him in your final team?
100%.
Really?
100% I do. I want him absolutely as my... He's almost 600,000. Of course I want him as my top.
Is he? Well, he is too.
So absolutely. I think he's one of the best players in the backline this year.
I don't think he'll finish in the top
Luke
6.
Ryan, Sheasel, Dacos, who's that other one? Houston, Nick Martin, and you can just chuck one. Anyone else you want to do? Yo.
Sicily.
I know,
Sinclair.
not Sicily.
No, they're not playing well. But
Sicily and Sinclair, no thanks.
True, but I still think those two will come good, and I don't think he'll finish in the top 6 average at the end of the year. Nick Martin.
In the defence, he could.
I don't think he will.
He'll be up there.
He probably will be up there, but I don't think he will. I still think someone like...
You think so? You think he's going to regress in his scoring?
Yes.
We'll see. I mean, he's on the ground for a long time. Statistically speaking, he has to get the ball at some point. Maybe his scoring regresses when Ridley comes back in 3 weeks, but...
Is Ridley still 3? I thought he was closer than that. But
well, he had a setback. He was out for 5 last week, so I'm guessing 3 or 4 now.
Oh, okay. Well, it's going to be interesting to watch because he's definitely playing well at the moment.
He is. Good on you, Nicky Martin. Now, Riley Garcia, he for me is a really... If you haven't gone early on Hugo Garcia, can I interest you in a Riley Garcia?
Not until next week, you cannot. I don't do that unless it's close.
Now, would you choose a Biggie Newen or a Riley, or go early on a Riley Garcia? They're the only 2 options you're getting.
It's just like saying, do you want to eat spring water tuna or do you want to eat crap? That's what you're
spring water tuna. Well, which was the spring water tuna?
I don't know. I honestly, look, I mean...
He scored an 80, just to put it in perspective.
I get it.
He looked pretty good.
I get it, but...
Biggie Newen looked real bad.
I honestly can't answer that. Like, I mean, that's just... Pick one or the other. It's a luck pick for me. And what I mean by luck pick is, you pick Biggie, you could get lucky. If you pick this Garcia, you could get lucky, but you could also get unlucky as well, where they're dropped the next week. Well, you're telling me if Freo hammer Footscray and he gets, I don't know, 10 touches or something, he's not in risk of getting subbed or dropped next week?
Well, with Bevo, they'll probably sub English. So you know who's going to again. The more likely the player is to get subbed in the Bulldogs, the less likely they're going to get subbed.
Yeah, so I don't know. Well, who would you pick out of them two?
Garcia.
Really?
But I saw what Biggie done on the weekend.
He was hurt though.
I would hope that's the reason why you just let Gunston walk around him. And
Biggie actually made me want to get Gunston in my SuperCoach.
Who's he playing this week? Adelaide. He's going to make you... if he's on Tex Walker, no, surely not. He would be on...
Common should go back on Tex Walker. He might be on
full forward.
He might be on Fogarty.
Common's full forward.
He might be on Fogarty or something.
Now, Matty Rao, 16. We already spoke about Rao. So Tristan Sherry, at 500k, he's pumping out some big monsters, Jamie.
I think he missed the boat. He's already gone up.
109k, absolutely. But
he probably missed the boat.
Yes.
I'd still rather go on in English, surely, wouldn't you?
Is there any world where Sherry out averages English? You're not going to. You got English, so you probably don't want to.
I am worried about that. And Sherry gets a lot of points for a lot of things.
As soon as he taps, he's looking for tackles.
I know. He goes after it.
Now he's got a helmet on. Maybe
he's got a helmet.
Maybe
you got a helmet on tonight.
Maybe just a quick bump to his hair to be out for a bit. Elliot Yo, 574k. He's looking like a premium midfielder you can pick in the back line.
No,
not getting him. Injury concern, but Jesus Christ, he's looking
playing well. Good start. Good pick if you started him.
Great pick. He's gone up 127k. That's more than my rookies.
Very good.
Now, you want to talk about Porco?
I do. How I know you laughed at him last week, but how, when you're watching Brisbane play, his positioning, his role, how can you not want him, even though he is 35 and injury prone?
I think you said it right there. He's 35 and injury prone.
But the other thing is, what's he gone up?
It's not that too bad.
Not that much. Do you want to pay 547k for
a 35-year-old? Statistically speaking, he will get injured this year.
Okay.
Or suspended. I don't want him. I'd rather McRae than him.
I like his role. I do like his role.
His role's amazing.
I know, but I don't. My biggest turn off is I don't want to pay close to 600k for him.
You know what? I'd double think it if he was 4 years younger at 31 years old. He's 35.
I know you've got the age phobia bias thing. That's
Well, it's
fine.
not biased because people retire after a certain age.
No,
It's
it is.
not-
But I remember you used to hammer the old people. That's fine.
I still do.
Okay, but what if he keeps doing this? Are you going to get him?
No,
Yes, you will.
I'm not going to get him.
We'll see. You might get him.
I guarantee you're not getting
He's
Zorko.
playing so well though. How can you turn that down?
Because I can know his injury history and his age.
Okay.
And there's other options. I'd rather McRae. McRae is 480. You can save about 67k and get someone who's not injury prone. McRae has been one of the most durable players when he's not F'd by Bevo up to A. So,
Yeah.
I really saved myself some editing there. I'm really proud of it.
I think he's a good option. I think he's a good option in his current role. Look, I mean, anyone can get injured. You can't predict he's going to get injured just because he has in the past.
Can you?
I think 547's pretty high for him though. But just on the basis from what the eye test and his numbers, he's an option.
His role is great. Don't get me wrong. He's an absolute option.
He's an option.
But
take a risk.
I'm not even going to read out the last one unless you want to, Matty. Matt, it's May Roberts. If you want to get him back in, he just got 114 and he's got a really low break even and he's got dual position. Now, a couple of funny things, Jamie.
Tell me.
Horn Francis missed out on DPP, so a lot of people would have hoping he would get DPP.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you're kind of stuck with him in your midfield.
I'd never get Horn Francis. You should never get Horn Francis. I wouldn't get Horn Francis even if he was DPP, probably. He's too hot and cold. No. Next.
No, we won't go for all the DPP. I think all the important ones everyone already knows.
You've touched on. I think.
But yeah, I think that's it. Now we've got Matty's chopping block, Jamie. So
this will be interesting for me.
how is Matty gonna spruce up this shit team over here? So we'll go straight to his first because he's got Darcy on the block.
Yep.
Baku Karmas, Bakaki Karmas, Bona, and D'Ambrosio.
Well, speaking to Matty before I came here, I think he's probably going to go with Bonner and Karmas.
I spoke to him earlier today, and I'm hearing he's going to go Darcy and Karmas.
Wow, okay, so he's giving us conflicting information to see who the leak is.
Ooh, he's playing you this week in the cash league, so I wouldn't be believing him in that. Now, he said Bonner's playing his old club Port Adelaide, so he might be keeping him.
Good idea. That's a good move.
Man, he wants blood. Now, I'm thinking of getting rid of Stewart, Zach Williams, two players that were obviously
You won't
injured.
get rid of Stewart. No way you'll get rid of Stewart. You won't, because I know you're playing for league.
League? I don't give a fuck about league. No. I don't even check my matchups unless I'm playing Matty. D'Ambrosio and Darcy as well.
So who are you most likely to trade out in then?
If I could go Darcy down to that Garcia I always wanted, and D'Ambrosio to maybe... so we'll get to the trade-ins.
Okay.
Trade-ins. So this trade-ins, with me and Matty done the best trade in each position. I hope that you got some to add or to this. I think that... Now, we didn't speak about Bailey Dale. I think it's a great opportunity. Bailey Dale... Obviously, he played St Kilda, got 170. Everyone gets 170 in the back line and gets St Kilda, except for Tom Stewart. What did you think of him as an option? He's 420. He's so cheap. Just to get some rookies off the field, get yourself a cheap primo, get some of these duds off the field so you don't have to keep on playing Darcy's and stuff.
The fact that Bevo can start Bailey Dale as a sub has got to be concerning to some degree. So for me, it's a no, but I can see the attraction to him at 420.
Well, at 420, he's almost the same price as Massimo, and Massimo's getting sub, and you can get some of these players up, save a bit of money. If you went Stewart down to that, and then you got a bit of cash in the bank, you can do an upgrade regardless. But
I understand, and I see the temptation in 420. I wouldn't personally, though. Would you?
I mean, I got him as one of the better picks this week because
you did.
If you can't afford the 600k, because you can't keep spending 600k primos, 600k primos. I think Bailey is not a bad option. He obviously did get subbed in one of those games that he scored low in. And other than that, he's got a 90, 100, and maybe another 90 in there. There's a pretty poor score against Geelong as well, which probably got him subbed. So he's an interesting one. I think you have to get him this week with that, coming off that 170 though. So
yep, if you want him, go and get him.
Option, but you're going to realise he's not going to be as good as the 6 we mentioned before. True.
So for me, therefore, it's a no. But I see the attraction. So if you need a discounted backman, Dale's your man.
Now, Walsh and Dawson for the midfield, Jamie, because Walshy obviously is averaging like an Uber premium at 5'7", and Dawson, I love a bargain.
I like both the picks, I do. Both of them come with cautions, like we discussed earlier. Dawson's that role, and Walsh is the injury history a little bit. But, I mean, they're both very good trade-ins this week, and you should, you know, have whoever you like out of them two, go for one of them if you don't want to go for a uber premium, like, you know, like who we said, Sarong, Butters, if you...
Sarong, Butters, Bont, you know, these types, Rail even, which if I was going to spend money on an uber premium with the team I have, I'd probably pick Rail as well.
Yep.
Now, Finley, McRae, I'm looking at all bargains everywhere because I want to get as much of these rookies off the field as I can. So McRae, one's in the forward line, you can chuck in there. Obviously comes with a bigger risk. I would say maybe even a greater risk than Dale.
I think so, yes. I think, in the forward line there isn't much, so I get why these people are, you know, being considered here. Because you haven't got much in there. So McRae and Zorko probably the best of a bad bunch that you probably would never consider if we had the forward line of last year.
No. Now I've got a couple of Garcias as the best rookies of the week. I don't like McAlfee. I don't like, who's the other one? Biggie.
Okay.
Hugo Garcia, I do. Lafou's already gone up 184k, so I mean he's at 184.
I love you.
And it's Lafau. And Riley Garcia. It's like they're the only ones.
Yep. There's not much. It's slim pickings. Geordie boy.
Now, are they your favourite? Obviously, you don't like Riley Garcia. Who do you like?
No, I mean, I don't like any of those rookies, to be honest with you, but the fact that we've got no one else that's really doing much this week, what choice do you have if you're going to upgrade and downgrade your team?
Now, yeah,
exactly. You got to get one or two.
Now, Matty has gone and done the exact same thing as me, except he put an extra Houston in defence. He thinks Houston's a great option. He said St Kilda this week, due for a really big score, Houston. And he's added Zorko to the best forward line options you can get this week. So these are what Matty's thinking about. He's told me that his most likely trade-in target will be McRae. He wants to get some players off the field in the forward line because he doesn't have Harley Reid.
Okay.
So he's obviously got an extra rookie on there that he wants to get off the field.
Right.
Miss you, Matty. Hope you get real better real soon. I hope your team gets better soon as well.
Me too, Matty, because I hate this drive. It's so bad.
And I'm thinking of my number one pick this week trading is most likely, if I don't get rid of Stewart, is going to be Dawson.
Okay.
And yourself, Jamie?
Well, I don't want to give too much away because I'm playing Matty, but look, I think it's going to either be one of two things. If I get rid of Zach Williams, I'm probably going to get one of those midfield primos we spoke about.
Yep.
But if I don't get rid of Zach Williams, it's probably going to be just a double downgrade.
Oh, double downgrade on the worst week to do downgrade.
I know, because I play Matty.
That and
because
the rookies.
But I've just got so many rookies that need to go. That's my issue. I've got, we've said...
You can't go one down, one up? Or you can't afford it?
I don't think I can afford it, unless I get, obviously, a Jack McRae.
Are you capped at about $500,000? Is that the mark?
I am, yeah.
Can't get up to a Dawson?
Not without Williams, I don't think.
Okay.
Not that I've sat there and really looked at it much.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's get to our captains because this is, Jamie, Wednesday night football. Wednesday, guys, make sure you set an alarm. Do not get stuck with your loops doing all kinds of things.
Make sure you get McAuliffe in.
If you want McAuliffe, get him in.
It's not McAuliffe, it's McAuliffe. And I'll be there tomorrow. Tomorrow? No, Wednesday. Wednesday.
Tomorrow when everyone's listening to this.
That's right. So if he does bad, let Geordie know, he'll let me know, and I'll abuse him in person at the game.
Excellent.
Get him 15 touches.
Vice captain has to be Gorney. Convince me otherwise.
I'm not going to because how can you not pick Gorn? I mean, look, don't get me wrong, Nank's a very good ruckman, but Gorn is bigger than him, I think. He's taller than him. He's going to get so many taps, but Nank will hurt him or try to hurt him. That's the other side. Nank does hurt people.
So you're saying he's going to get a lot of free kicks?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it has to be. It has to be Gorn. I can't convince myself otherwise. Okay,
so we've established vice cut now. Gorn gets injured, does shit. Now this becomes a little bit trickier.
Yep.
I'm thinking Dacos against Essendon could be a play. I'm going to give you 3 or 4. You tell me which one you like. Dacos against Essendon.
I like it.
Or you got if you're a Merritt owner, you got Merritt.
I like Merritt.
Now
it's kind of good.
This is a bit of left field. Tom Green against the Lions. I don't
like it. He's too out of form. I want to see some form.
Houston versus...
tagged by Dunkley.
Houston versus St Kilda.
No, he's not reliable enough, Houston. In my opinion.
And now Bont versus the Dockers.
Freo don't tag, I don't think. No, Bont's pretty good option.
Now, anyone else do you want to add? There's Rail against West Coast.
Well,
Grundy against Meek. There's Dawson against North. Surely he can't do it again, can he, guys? But I'm going to have him on my team. If that stupid Draper gets a game and gets me a 50, I'll be happy.
that poor water bottle.
It's going to be Draper's neck.
He might get it. He did well last
Got me a
week.
21 last time he was on the field. It cost me so much
You can't
weight.
rely on Draper. That's what I'm telling you. You can't rely on Draper. You can't. How can you rely on Draper? Matty, I hope you're playing Draper this week because I might have to as well.
Matty doesn't have Draper.
That's not good.
He's got Tom Brown, so he'll be using him as a loophole, I believe.
Hopefully he gets dropped.
Oh, he probably won't be able to because he's got Marty Hoare and other people he can't really loop it because they've got the same game. Now, I'm sure Matty's already thought about that. So, who are you putting captain?
Captain, straight out.
Well, you got Bond, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. That's a no-brainer. You're going to put Bond captain.
Yes.
Gorn vice captain, Bond captain. Every other idea is
Merritt. I do like Merritt this week a lot against Collingwood. For me.
more
for
than
my team.
Dacos?
Yes.
More than the Bond.
Only because he's a pod.
Okay, so you're something different.
Just something different for me.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, Matty doesn't have the Bond. If I know you want to really smash him this week. Matty, you going to get the Bond in this week? Nah, surely not.
You shouldn't get him in.
Well, that's it. That's the potty. Done and dusted.
Alrighty, champ, it's getting late.
It is
I'm
getting
tired.
late.
What are you got for dinner? I'm hungry.
It's way past dinner time, but
What the
I've got some nice spring water tuna. Some nice Biggie Newlands tuna.
You know, when I go to other people's houses, like I might go to Macaulay's after this.
Yeah, okay.
Probably off Ari, make me a coffee, give me some biscuits or something. Maybe
Biscuits, yeah,
Macaulay might even cook up a steak on the grill for me.
Oh, Michael, if you tell me you would cook up a steak for Jamie at 8:30 p.m.
It's not 8:30, it's 5 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. And
I
by
come
the time you
here,
get to Michael's,
I come here,
You-
I ask for something to feed. Like,
You gonna cook him a steak, Michael?
Chicken and rice would be nice.
What do you think I'm mum? I don't cook that shit.
Who goes to someone's house and goes, I'm going to give you some spring water tuna for
It's healthy for you.
Wanker.
Your body would thank me for it. Hitting this
Champ,
first red.
does it look like I give a crap? Maybe you should give the spring water tuna to those biggies in the park.
I've actually taken oil in tuna now because spring water's been a bit too much for me lately.
Really?
So
Oil
yeah.
and tuna's pretty nice.
Huh?
The oil and tuna's pretty nice. The Sienna one, the Italian.
Yeah, that's the one I
But
got.
that one's pretty good. But yeah. Can you, like, if you're going to call me next time, I swear to God, because it's an effort to come to me. I'm tired about it. Put it to you like this, if you're going to invite me next time, make some bloody food for me. Some proper food, please. Not rabbit food. Any of the disgusting other
Wait,
shit that you eat.
you haven't had dinner at 8 p.m.
No, I've literally been on the go all day. I literally had a banana when I got home, and that was it. And I'm hungry.
Okay, but in this house we have healthy food.
Okay, is chicken not healthy? Why is it still recording?
Are we still recording?
We're having an argument over food. Fuck.
Are we still recording? But we're
Make some
turning it up.
goddamn fucking chicken. You stupid tight-ass scumbag.
Okay, I lived with you. I visited you. How many times have you cooked for me? Any
Heaps. Heaps.
fucking lying. You not once have you
Didn't pay
cooked for me.
bills, didn't clean the toilet. Mate, Daddy
Nobody dirtied the toilet.
toilet.
You're an animal.
That's what kids
You're
do.
an
You're an animal.
disgusting pig. All right, guys. I'll
That's
check on the next
podcast. Why is this
episode.
still going?
See you guys.
Oh, Jesus Christ.